It's time for another video. Yeah, I got this chick number on BLK. You know, I haven't been really contacting these bros like that, but you know, I still send texts and all that. But this chick sent me a text today, Sunday, talking about do I go to church. I'm like, oh shit, it's about to be over. Yeah, alright looking chick, man, but you know, I just let her know, no, I don't go to church. And then she said, why? I said, because I don't need to. I know more than the pastor about what's in that Bible. And she sent me a text talking about, I don't think you're the right one for me and all that stuff. I didn't even really get mad like that. I just got annoyed because I already knew where it was going. These bros think it ain't about what you think it is, fella. It ain't about they think you're a heathen and all that stuff. No, you're not a sucker, man. Women be asking the guys go to church because they want to see what kind of mindset you have. A lot of church guys, they have like gullible mindsets, man. They're not immersed in the streets. They're not immersed in different kind of thoughts, man. They have a sheeple mindset. And women know that a lot of them guys, you know, they're traditional. There's nothing wrong with traditional guys with marriage and all that stuff. And I'm for marriage, but I'm not a guy who goes to church no more. I don't need to. Whenever I used to try to go back, them dudes weren't saying anything, man. The church, those pastors don't really talk. They don't really speak about the Bible. They don't really speak out against the evils that the Bible teaches to watch against, man. A lot of these pastors, they don't speak out against nothing, man. Like, it's like what they call that, inspirational prosperity teachings, man. It's like they just nullify the consequences of sin. They say, well, God forgives, but they don't talk about hell, man. Like, you can't make God be some kind of like he don't have no logic or something. Man. That's why a lot of people don't understand what they read in the Bible, man. They think it's contradictions. It's not contradictions, man. You gotta there's certain levels of understanding you gotta know in order to read the Bible and get clarity, man. You can't go based off of the translations, man. You gotta put yourself in the mind of the people back then. The constant to human nature is human nature. Emotions, things like that. People laugh, people cry. You know, every language has the commonality of the human nature. When you understand human nature, you can put things together, man. And you gotta understand that when you translate languages, man, the nuances and the direct meanings are obscured somewhat. A lot of languages don't scale word for word. There's some words and there's some meanings that don't translate directly carry over. Ancient Hebrew, things like that, translate to English, ancient Hebrew. Yeah, English is similar for the most part that has been. You got Roman. It was translated from Roman language. You know, society spoke a certain way. They had slang. They had terms they understood. And that's why it seemed like there's contradictions in the Bible, but you can fill in the blanks when you apply human nature to it. You know, and all the books of the Bible they're not like direct teachings. Like, they're like stories and things, guidelines, and things that people said in the Bible. It's not things that that are normally applicable. Like, for instance, people talk about Job. They speak on Job, and they say, well, God tests people. Jesus clearly said God don't test people. He clearly says that. God doesn't test anyone. But Job says, Job's idea was God was testing him. It's not testing. That's what Job thought was happening. It's a story. Maybe it was a real account of what was happening to the man Job. But that's what he thought. You can't say that's how you would follow God with that understanding. Jesus clearly said God doesn't test people. All right, turning the other cheek. What does that mean? Did that apply to somebody beating you to death? You turn the other cheek? No, that applies to fellow believers. You can turn the other cheek with fellow believers. Didn't Jesus clearly say you come to his people first? That's who he's speaking to. Jesus said things to the disciples in a way that he expected them to know things without him having to tell them. And he would say these things to his disciples. Like, don't you know this already? Do I have to tell you everything? People don't read the Bible like that, man. Like the old chick who wanted so-called dissing me. Like I told her, I said, you diss God. Miss your blessing. Ain't no man on this planet like me, man. That's true because ain't no two things alike. But it's also true, I'm a different kind of dude, man. Like, I still have the teachings, my Baptist upbringing, but I also have New Age teachings that was revealed to me from our Creator, our universe. Can't tell this to the average common Bible thumper. They don't understand these things. Like I told her, I said, you're not on my level of understanding. I said, you think you weeding out somebody. You never gonna find a guy like me on my level, man. And I say that with utmost pride. I'm not gonna be these guys, man, who allow themselves to be deceived. So, yeah, we be deceived from time to time, man, but you gotta resist that. You gotta resist being a sheeple person. These pastors are thieves and crooks, man. Doing all kind of sexual deviancy stuff. Superstar pastors. I don't need to go to church no more. They can't teach me anything. Like I told you, they can't teach me nothing. I know more than them. What do they know in the Bible that I don't know? That's what happens when you're confident in what you know, man. When the lessons have marinated and have took on a different kind of evolution. You're not looking for people to teach you what's in the Bible no more. See, she's not on that level. A lot of women, you can say black women, they're not on that understanding. But that's not really what she was about anyway. I came to that conclusion also. See, a lot of guys will get frustrated, think she's trying to say that this woman's trying to say I'm some kind of heathen or, I don't know God. That ain't what that's about. She just looking for a sucker, manipulative dude who she can run Bible stuff on. She know that guy's in the church. He ain't gonna have high demands of her. He gonna be opening the doors and letting her get on over him. That's all she's looking for. She's looking for a sucker. And I said this in some past videos before. These women ain't looking for no guy to really go to church with. They don't want to go to church like that. They go there to catch dudes, to get dudes, to manipulate them. They know that guy, he believes in spending on them, spending his last, taking care of them, letting them sit home, letting the woman not contribute. A sucker, a yes man. That's the kind of guy they want. And I'm not that guy. I'm not a guy you're gonna manipulate. You're gonna run game on. We're gonna let you do things. The lady is all right. Hold this lady up on the pedestal. You gotta earn that stuff. And you gotta maintain the earning. That lady gonna continue to look for that guy. She's not gonna find a lot of them dudes like that. A lot of black men is not going to church because our mindset is changing. There's a paradigm shift. And we feel comfortable not going to church. We don't feel like, are we going to hell? And none of that stuff. We don't believe in that stuff. We see other men teaching for what it is, man. It's game. They running a game. So that's all I want to say on that, folks, for now. Don't buy into it, fellas. Don't let them questions, be honest with those questions.